YouTube? What's going on with you? Man, let's talk about a little bit of something that happened last night. That Versus was fire by, I grew up, in my young teenage days, back in the times of listening to Gucci Mane and Jeezy, Young Jeezy at the time. It was cool, like, just to get that throwback feel. Just to get that feel of, alright, two dudes that was coming up, that had the streets on lock with the music. Two different type of guys, but they were street guys, and just to hear them out live on the same stage, given the fact of what they've been through and what they've done and all this other stuff, and time has passed through a lot, and it was just good. It was good energy to see that. It made me hype. It took me back to my college days. It took me back to the club days. It took me back to just wearing my all black fits. You know what I'm saying? Wearing the all black forces when Jeezy talk about Air Force Ones and stuff like that. Get my all black jogging fit, black tees. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. So it took me back to that time, and then when Gucci would come on, it took me back to, you getting beat in your car, playing all the stuff that he said. It took me back, good times. And then just have fun with the whole Throwback Thursday feel was, alright, took me back to 2005, 6, and 7 and all that stuff, wearing the big track jackets and the jerseys and the, Jabot jeans and the Forces and the, the fake shoes that, the clear Forces and all that shit. It just took me back to that time, just thinking about all that stuff, and then watching my timeline go with a whole bunch of everybody in their throwback moment showing off that, remember the racing coats, the race car jackets that you used to wear, all the hood stuff. It just took us back to that, so we was just, wearing that stuff and showing it off, putting on old pictures from back in the day, posting them. It gave good vibes and stuff like that. But anyways, the reason why I'm making this video is because during that, it was a lot of messages in there. And now we're not going to get on the whole, we got to stop the violence shit. I'm talking about the mindset. The mindset, even though there were messages into what Gucci said, and there was messages in what Jeezy said. But let's just break down a little bit of what really was transpiring. It was a comment that Gucci Mane had stated about his jewelry and how much his outfit was. Given the fact, I'm going to dissect that away from giving the fact of what I really know why he said that things, but just the fact that in total general, somebody just comes to you and talking about, well, I got a $10,000 outfit on. My jewelry costs more than 10 grand. You talking about material stuff. You at a certain age where back in the day, you'll speak on that, and let's just say 15, 20 years later, you still speaking on that. The change was, the fact that Gucci Mane stated, my outfit's 10 grand, my jewelry's this amount. Jeezy ain't say none of that stuff. And the reason why is because you still talking about that. 15, 20 years later, you still talking about that. We about 40 years old, if not 40. You still talking about material. That's a different whole mindset switch up, to where you're thinking about what you did in the past to now, and you still thinking on that, instead of just saying like, I'm thinking this way, I'm thinking that way, I'm thinking like this, but I ain't thinking about how I acted. I'm not acting, I'm not thinking, I'm not even going about stuff how I was 15, 20 to 15 years ago. That's a big difference when you're talking to somebody, because it can be 5 years from now and you're a different person, and you want to bring up dirt, you want to bring up past, you used to act like this. Yeah, I used to. That was 5 years ago. I don't act that way. I matured. I developed a different mindset. I got different, rules how I go about life. I go about different things. So the fact that people want to bring up your past when you moving forward, it's just like, it don't faze me. I'm over it. But why bring it up? You want to rub what I did in the past in my face? Okay, go ahead. If that pleases you, do you. I don't live there. I'm not gonna live there. We can revisit. We could talk about. But I ain't about to act like how I was 5 years ago. If I'm acting like how I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15, 20, somebody need to slap the shit out of me, because if it ain't positive, even if it was positive, but then step it up, evolve even more. That whole mindset shift with Jeezy. You talking about clothes, and you talking about clothes, but then I counter you back with a, okay, that's cute, but let's talk about real estate. Let's do a real estate challenge, some grown man talk. We can talk about. You could say you got over $10,000 worth of jewelry, or your outfit $10,000. But where your properties at? Where you gonna bring some, you know what I'm saying, some good income, some passive income, some lucrative income? Where you at? Where you at with that? Because you still talking about clothes and cars and shit, man. That shit come and go. That ain't worth shit. So I applaud, you know what I'm saying, I applaud not just Jeezy for that, but I also applaud people who take the initiative to get their mindset right, get their mind together, and then get themselves together so they can evolve, they can better themselves. They're not thinking about, okay, man, it was cool then, I think I should still be able to do it now. Man, fuck that. That's just like asking I'm 30, you know what I'm saying, I'm in my 30s, early 30s. That's like asking me, do you want to go to a college party? Man, I lived that already. I lived that time. You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to go? Why would I want to be around that? I'm not 18 years old bouncing around the club, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. I don't get turned. Man, you know how it was in college days. You know, so them young girls, they can't walk in heels too long. They take them heels all walking around barefooted. That shit's a turn on. That shit nasty. You walking around here with your shoes in your hand, barefooted, because you know what I'm saying, you twerking and bouncing around the club. Man, I don't get turned on by that shit. Leave that shit for the young folks. But once again, if you're doing that type of stuff if you're in your 30s and you want to go to a college party, there's something fucking wrong. By all means, if you want to live that life, I mean, go ahead. Some people have things that pop up where they can't go to college and they want to go to college and they want to, okay, but going to college parties, not my thing. And I think for the people and the viewers that's for this channel, I don't think that should be your thing, to where you need to go back and relive that thrill or that excitement, or that go back to that past, when you need to be focused on elevating, getting better, stepping up your game. And that's the whole purpose of this. We trying to do better. We not trying to regress and be, you know what I'm saying, go back to that way. We want to be proactive and show results. You know what I'm saying? Show your work. Shout out to Kevin Samuels for that. Show your work. Because you got to show the work. You got to put it in. So your work will be how you are now, not what you did then. What you did then, okay, it's cool, but it means shit, because what you doing right now. Are you acting? Are you doing? Are you showing off how you used to be back in the day? Or are you going to be a totally different person now, where, you know, so you're mature, you're wise, you got some more respect for yourself, you got poise, you know what I'm saying, you sharp around the edge, you know what I'm saying, you got the sauce, you know what I'm saying, it comes with age. So, like they say, alcohol and wine taste better with age. Be the age. Show the age. Show that you experience. Show that you are worthy and you know what you're talking about. You don't want to do what you did back in the day, but you're still acting on it. You don't want to act like a childish kid when you in your 30s or you're 40. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying, you hooting and hollering and jumping around getting mad because somebody said something you didn't like. That's showing off a kid-like, a childish-like mentality, when you need to have a strong, abundant mentality where you're subtle, but at the same time, I'm not putting up with some certain shit, and you need to be like that. But I applaud that shit to Jeezy for putting that out there. That, you know what I'm saying, put somebody in their place. They two different people, and you gonna come across people that's not gonna be just like you. But you guys also gotta let people know, hey, that's cool and all, but this is where I believe. This is where I think. I think like this. I don't think like that. I used to think like that, but I evolved. I grew. I grew as a person. I found what my interest is, so I'm applying that shit. I'm not applying, you know what I'm saying, stupid mentality thinking towards my life. I did that before. I got into trouble. I got into financial debt. I actually got in some legal technicalities, or my life was in shambles. once you figured all that stuff out and maybe got some experience dealing with that stuff, you figured it out and you're doing better. But you're not going to do better by just continuing acting like that. So the whole thing, what I'm trying to say to you here, guys, is if you haven't moved on from your past, you need to figure it out. Something has to change in your routine. Something has to give. You have to give up that feeling of, I don't want to let this feeling go, when you know it's dead end. You know what I'm saying? Or you past that. You don't want to go back to that. You don't want to stay there. You want to keep moving forward. Life is going to keep going on. And you don't want to act like how you was when you're 21 and you're 32. Or you're 41 and you want to act like you're 22. Or you're 40. You're 40 years old and then you want to act like you're 18. You can't do that. That's not really right. You want to keep going and growing forward. You don't want to go back. So, like, comment, subscribe. This is Friday. We chilling. I'm trying to get my day started. I had to put the video out. I didn't do no videos yesterday, but I'm going to keep putting out some more stuff. I just want to keep the ball rolling. I'm feeling it right now. So, like I said, man, had a good mindset. Don't live in your past. And if you are in that stuck hole, that stagnant situation, do what you need to do to keep moving forward. Move the chains. Like in football, you move them chains, you keep going, and you keep growing. I'm out.